bye. Who got the bye for the American AFC? Was that Cincinnati last year?
And welcome to episode 10 a lot of Ripping the Rack podcast.
Something.
108, 7, 9.
1,000. We're just the number one. That's all that matters.
109,000 episodes.
We the ones.
We the ones.
Be the ones.
Are you feeling oozy, Colin?
I'm feeling oozy. I'm so excited for Montreal, man. When we go to Elimination Chamber, because that's either going to be when he turns or that's going to be when he wins.
All right, so that's wrestling talk for this show. So let's move on to bowling.
Tim, don't be jealous because you can't talk wrestling. It's okay.
I can talk wrestling.
No, not Chief Day Strongbow and the Iron Sheik, okay? Oh, Dino Bravo. Dino Bravo is your favorite.
Ivan Putski. Polish Power.
Sure.
So I'm your host. I'm Tim.
That was great. I'm your
host. Fuck it. I'm your host.
Whatever.
Whatever.
Yeah, whatever you want to call me.
And apparently I got a King of the North, Calvin, and then I got a Coastal Crusader, Brian.
That's me.
That's us. We're us. There we go. There's the show.
Oh,
Brian, you want to do the
yeah.
You want to do the actual not the ending. What do we call it? What's the views expressed, all that stuff? Why don't we start with that?
The disclaimer.
Yeah, start with the disclaimer.
Yeah. The views and expressions on Ripping the Rack podcast are those of Tim, Calvin, and Brian. And if you don't like them, well, you can tell us you don't, but it's not going to change our opinions. And you can just keep listening and keep disagreeing with us. As long as you're listening, we don't care. Thank you.
We don't give a shit.
Oh God, I have a sinking suspicion that this ship is gonna go down in flames tonight.
Oh, it's gonna be bad, I think.
I
know. I don't think any of us are in the mood to really do this tonight. I think
we're all the season, man. I think we're already burnt out.
Yeah.
Burnt
out already.
Between work all year, as Brian knows with me, and between bowling and hurt and
so much bowling.
Mental health stuff.
His refrigerator died.
My refrigerator died, so that was $1,000 right before Christmas. That was fun. Plus, of course, the cost of everything that was in the fridge that we lost. So let's
How long
just
was
see.
it out?
We don't know.
Oh.
You
didn't hear it running? There's not
it was running. It never stopped running.
The compressor never stopped. The cold air just stopped going into it.
That's why we don't know what happened. So, long story short, we're laying in bed Saturday morning. This was a week ago. Saturday morning, and he's just like, "Do you want some eggs?" Well, if you've looked at me, obviously I want eggs. I love eggs. Eggs are my favorite thing. Yeah, make me some eggs, woman. I didn't say that, by the way, folks. Before someone knows something, what I said was, absolutely, sure, that'd be great. She goes downstairs, and about 10 seconds later, I hear, Tim, we have a problem. And I'm like, shit, we're out of eggs. I'm not going to get eggs unless I go to the grocery store. And I said, yeah, what's that? She goes, we've lost everything in the fridge, in the freezer. And I went, huh?
Say, huh?
Yeah, we did. No, we literally, the fridge was sitting at 55, 60 degrees inside, and the freezer was 40 something. And everything was thawed, and yep.
Had a mess on your floor?
No, it was still everything was inside the fridge. So, we followed, obviously Google is your friend. So folks, when you're on Facebook and you ask, hey, can someone tell me how to do something? Yes, it's called go to Google and type it in. It's a cool concept. It works. Anyway, so we followed a whole bunch of steps to try to fix things, and never worked. So we went to Lowe's on Saturday, and $1,000 later. Well, they didn't deliver it until that's another story. They were supposed to deliver it Thursday, and they told me Thursday afternoon. So I had site visits Thursday morning. They came in the morning when I wasn't here. and then ended up they made a special delivery on Friday and delivered it. But yeah, so that was fun. Merry Christmas. I got Angie a fridge for Christmas.
Great. Merry Christmas, Angie.
Yeah, but no, it just I am yeah,
Drained. I
yeah,
think drained is the word.
yeah.
That's what you were looking for.
You know,
I feel you.
I agree.
Yeah,
We're in the. It's in the. I don't know if it's the season. Probably is the season, but you're just every night 5, 6 o'clock. You're just like,
well, it's
I don't
yeah,
want it
it's
anymore.
dark. Like, you know,
Yeah.
It's dark at 3:30 now.
Yeah.
I know. Good thing is we're only 9 days away, and then we can go the other way.
true story.
That is true.
But then the really cold weather hits.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, no, it's just, some couple of people I know passed away recently. I don't need condolences. It wasn't like it was great friends. I've known them for years. Like they were acquaintances years ago. And one of them was a mental health issue. They battled and lost their battle, and, suicide is real and all that good stuff. So of course that brings back, my whole battle with mental health and all that good stuff. So yeah, we're having fun in the Matera household. Patriots suck. They're on. They're not losing yet. So there's a
Freshie's there, and that's why they're going to lose.
That was bad.
No, but Freshie's at the game, so that's why they're going to lose.
I don't know.
Well, why is Freshie there? Tom Brady's not playing.
I don't know. He's out there. I saw his snaps from earlier.
He's a Pats fan, apparently.
No, I know he goes every year. They go someplace to see a game. So, this year was Arizona. But the Bruins keep winning, so that's good.
So do the Leafs, even better.
Yeah, but the Bruins keep winning, and that's really all that matters.
But then the Leafs keep winning as well, so that's all that really matters.
Yeah, but the Leafs win in the regular season.
Right.
They don't win when it matters.
No, you don't need to worry about the rest of it. It's only the regular season. It's just a round robin.
Oh.
Yeah. So they get like second, third every year. It's great.
Yeah. Something new that the NHL is doing? Just round robin play now?
Yeah.
Well, I mean the NBA is now giving out like most wins in the regular season trophy.
Yeah, exactly.
Did you see that? Yeah, no, it's a new trophy. Yeah, they're going to wins in the regular season. Can we get biggest blowout between two first place trophy for the Celtics?
But then they played like
everything.
But then they played like dog shit against the Warriors.
I would see how they play tonight.
They put up 120 some points.
No, they didn't. They scored 107.
No, wasn't it 132 to 123 or something like that?
No, it was 122 to 107 or something like that. Calvin's going to look it up, folks, for those wondering why I got quiet there for a second.
You can't stop a guy that can make 5 full court shots in a row.
No, you really can't.
Except for that was fake, but...
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, it was.
No, he had that.
No, it was fake. He even says it was fake.
No, it was real, man. You got to believe.
I don't believe anything I say. I don't believe anything I read on the internet anymore.
Tim doesn't believe in magic. He's a muggle.
I don't. Do we want to talk? We want to talk politics? We could talk Brittany Griner.
Oh my God!
How about no?
Okay.
Are you kidding me? They traded a freaking arms dealer to the Russians. The Russians are about to start a war. They're like full out
in a war.
No, I know, but I mean like full out war. Like they're like world war, not just war between two places. And they traded back an arms dealer for some girl who can play basketball.
Look, the only thing I'll say is I'm glad she's home. She certainly didn't deserve the 9 years in the Russian prison system. However, you broke the law. You can't deny you broke the law.
Absolutely.
And there are consequences to your actions.
Absolutely. And they traded an arms dealer for her.
That's the only thing I have a problem with. I don't have a problem with her coming home. I don't. I have zero problem with her coming home. I would love to see the Marine come home. The
Yes.
the retired
Yeah,
Marine.
exactly.
I would love to see him. I would love to see all Americans who are being held unjustly come home,
Or not.
or not,
Or not.
or not. But
Yeah.
okay. We won't go down that route. Let's talk bowling before we lose all 4 of our listeners.
Oh no, they'll listen. They don't care. Hold on, let me just show my titties. I'll get some back. Here you
Oh
go.
my God.
It's not
Oh, you
Vodka
know what?
Thursday. Stop.
Vodka Monday. Every day is Vodka Thursday.
Let's see. What do we got? Calvin, you got some results up there, don't you?
Sure. I got some results. I can start. So let's start with the Connell Patterson Memorial. Jess Bain and Nick Patterson's yearly tournament for their fathers. First place ended up the Turkey Hunters, team that was led by the King of the North. Yes, Kings rule.
How come I didn't see you in that? Were you in that picture?
No, so funny story. We'll go down a rabbit hole here. So funny story. And I keep laughing about it because they didn't want to believe me, and I enjoyed it. So we were tied with the twins, the Dugays, after 6 strings, I think. Yeah, 6 strings. And we bowled Nate LeBlanc, and we lost to their team. Then we bowled the twins, and we beat them by 60 or 70. And then the next string, they bowled the third place team, who was 2 points behind us. So I went over because I told my team beforehand, I said, listen, I got to drive back because I'm going to Woodstock the next day. And I need to get home. And it's a 3-hour drive. So if the last string doesn't matter, I'm getting out of here. So I went up and I looked at the sheet, and they had the twins up 15 or 16 pins. And I went and did kind of a quick count, and I looked at it and I said, I think they're down 20 something. I'm like, you guys got like a 30 pin difference there. I don't know what you did, but you got something. What I think happened is that the 5th bowler on the other team went spare strike or something, and they didn't fill it in yet. They had just left it like that. And I think the person who was counting the pins didn't count their spare strike. So there was like 30 pins missing right there. So I think that's what happened. Anyways, I went over and I said, man, they think that the Twins are winning, but they're losing by 15. So I just went on. We did a couple, and then Mike Brown was on our team, the Turkey Hunters, and he went over and he checked. He comes back. He goes, man, the Twins are up 30 some. No, they're not. Like, they got an adding mistake. Like, I'm telling you, 100%. So I went over to try to look, and one of the girls at the score table, would you guys just get out of here? I'm like, okay, I'll leave, but I'm just letting you know your total is wrong. Anyways, I walked away. They threw their last 2 or 3 boxes away. Like, I think they had 9, 7, 8, maybe. Like, they lost total by 6 pins. So had he thrown like a mark or something like that, it could have been a big difference, and they would have, but he didn't because they thought they were up 30. So he wasn't really, I mean, obviously you're trying,
but you're not trying.
But you're not trying,
yeah.
right? Like, you're not, if you rip the guts, you're not trying to make the spread eagle. You're like, okay, let me just get my 9 and get out of here, right? Yeah. So anyways, they finished a couple of boxes. I think it's 7 and 8, I think, were his last 2 boxes, and they lost by 6 pins. So I was laughing a little on the inside. So,
and the outside, knowing you.
And the outside, of course, because I'm like, you guys told me to go away, and I
malicious
tried.
compliance.
I tried to tell you that the score was wrong, but you didn't want to believe me. So, anyways, a couple strings later, we were bowling. We were bowling the 3rd place team, and the Twins were bowling somebody else. So if they won, I would be able to go home. So I was over watching their score, and it came down to the last 2 bowlers, and the fourth bowler on the other team was open on a double, and their 5th bowler was open on a strike. So I think it was 14 or 15 pins at that point, and the guy coming down on the double threw 7 or 8, and then a couple 10 boxes and put them up 11 or 12 pins. And I was standing next to one of the Twins, and I said, watch this guy throw a double. because you know he's going to do it and he's going to ruin your day. And he goes, no, he's not getting a double. Man, prettiest double I've ever seen in my life. He crushed the pocket and it just like imploded for a double. It was the greatest. Dropped 8 or 9 on it. I grabbed my balls and got the fuck out of there. I was like, well, we won. I'm getting out of here. Transfer me my money. So that's why they come up with the picture, because they took a team picture afterwards. And since I wasn't there, they just took a picture off Facebook and put my face in it. So yeah, so we ended up winning, and the Twins ended up getting second. Fubar 6 ended up tied for second, but lost by pinfall. And then Les Lobsters finished fourth at 14-8. And then, just give me a quick second here. Woodstock. I forgot to take that picture because we had the Sunday tournament, the mix or the doubles or mixed doubles or whatever you had. Back-to-back winners, actually. Kevin and Lynn had a 17-42 for 7 strings. So they bowled really well all day. Lisa and Grant got second. Charters and Brad got third. Fernand and Gilles got fourth. Susan and Sarah got fifth. Wayne and Randy got sixth. And then there were 6 other teams within 20 pins of 6th place.
Wow.
So it was all really close. Yeah, I think going into the last 2 strings, I think it was within 1st to 10th was 20 pins or 30 pins or something like that. So it was a really good day. After that, what did we have? Oh, this past weekend was the first ever, sorry, can't remember her name. Bad. I think it's Karen Craig. She was a league bowler in Fredericton, and she passed away unfortunately during COVID. So they had their first memorial for her, and the winners were Mario, Preston. Gonna mispronounce this. I think it's Donat or Donat. No idea. And Etienne, they won with a total pinfall of 31-60. This was a total pinfall, by the way. I didn't really start with that, but Colby, Owen, Chris, and Austin finished second with 31-44. Eric, Megan, Clark, and Sheldon finished third with 31-32. Travis, Maddie, Aaron, and John finished fourth with 31-19. And 2 pins behind were Greg, Lisa, Bert, and Ray with 31-17. More stats here. Ryan Chapman's team missed out of the money by 1 pin with 31-16, and Gene Moore's team by 3 pins. So a lot of other teams were within reach. High average was Travis at 119. High single, that can't be right. High single says it went to some kid named Brandon Romard. The guy can't even hit the head pin. I don't know.
Does he bowl?
Well, not well. Not well. This is how bad and how angry I am on Wednesday nights. Brandon Romard started out the string. I think he had spare 8 on it, missed it. I think he had spare with like 4 on it and like a 7 in the box. Then he proceeds to slop a strike. Then he turns around to me and says, "This is when I throw a real one." I'm like, okay, you throw that real one. Of course, he threw a real one. Gets up the next 2 boxes. You tell me where that first ball went. Right at the 6 pin. Plucked out 1 on the double. Goes over, throws, plucks out the 2-8 for 3 on the strike. And then proceeds to pluck out the 4 pin, or pluck out the head pin. He just missed the hole, takes out the head pin on its own, like, you know, that stupid one where you just miss it and it just falls over. So he threw a 1 on the double, a 2 on the strike, 3 on the strike, and a 4 in the box. He had a 6 mark 127 with the double. It was. There's
lots of ways to 120.
Yeah, that's not one of them, man.
Well, it was one of them.
It was, yeah.
You should be at least close to the 100 if you have 2 spares and a double in the first 6 boxes. You should be relatively close to 100 after that.
But what do you have?
127.
I take 127 every strike, even if it was 6.
Not 6 marks with 2 of them being a double. Sorry.
I mean, I know someone that went double strike, 1 fill, 2 box, and then threw a strike the next ball.
Well, yeah, but that's a lot different. At least he threw a strike the next ball. But I'm not. I can't. Anyways, Brandon, high single. Somebody must have went in for you. Chris Harris.
What did he throw for a high single?
162.
It's a good string.
It's not bad. Lindsay probably went in for him. That's probably what happened. Nobody could go in for him. He got lucky. We had some special shout-outs with all the stats, too. We had Tony, who averages 90, had 134. Alex, averaging 91, had 127. Jen, who averages 89, had 113. Travis, who averages 117, had 149. Robbie Hopper averages 120, had a 141. Corey Jones averages 109, had 132 and 131. Corey was throwing a great ball all day. Eric Roach, who averages 97, had a 126. Gary Cook, who averages 95, had a 132. These are some special shout-outs that were mentioned. So good for everybody. Congrats. Upcoming tournaments. We have the 27th, the Tuesday, is the Holiday Singles Tournament at Heather Lanes. 80% handicap based on your highest league average as of December 20th. Everyone bowls 6 strings for total pinfall. Bowler with the highest pinfall gets $75. And then the top 12 bowlers will go head-to-head, 1 string elimination, losers eliminate, etc. And I think they have 23 or 24 people already signed up. So sign up for that. That will be the 27th at Heather Lanes. And then in the new year, we have the 580, and then we're getting into 560 season. So everybody get your 560 teams ready.
Wow.
Coming.
Are you bowling in the 560 in Moncton this year, Calvin?
I am bowling in the 560 in Moncton this year.
I will see you there.
I will be there. I will be there with bells on.
Hopefully with your bowling shoes on, too.
Nah, I don't need those. I just walk up.
Tim's going to be in Florida.
If I wasn't going to be where it was warm, I would be there because I was offered a spot for a team, but I had to turn it down.
Maybe you shouldn't go to Florida.
Or maybe I'll not go where it's cold and go.
Maybe you should wait a week and do both.
Yeah, maybe you should have waited a week and do both. Yeah.
Or hear me out.
Or hear me out.
I know this is a crazy thought. Or I could go be where it's warm and not where it's cold.
A bowling alley is not cold. I tell you that 1,000,000%.
Mm-hmm.
There is no bowling alley in this world that is cold.
Want to bet?
Doesn't happen yet.
Want to bet?
1-7-10 on a Sunday morning before the once a month. Chilly.
It's pretty fucking chilly.
No, it can't be. It's a bowling alley.
Brian, do we have? I have no results from anything down here. Like I
do. We saw it. Brian Fuller, first 400 of the year, bud. Congrats. He's not good.
4 strings?
No. It's only 3.
Wow.
He even posted it on Candlepin chat for everybody to see.
McGinty threw a triple. His second triple.
Yeah, and what the fuck? What kind of goober? Who? Honestly, that kid. Honestly, what? Are you blind? Here, pair of glasses, bud. They're easy.
I want.
Like what?
So I saw that and I got thinking that is something that you see. Like
out of goobers?
No, NBA like
goobers?
one of the 3. I don't know. They they'll do.
No. This is a moose. This is a moose. This is what you do when you want a moose head. A moose head light with clam. Oh, Yeah, there you go. You never seen that, Brian?
What, hand signals? Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah. So we used to at the provincials, one of our guys when he needed a drink. Everybody, you need a drink? Yeah. Who's light? Clam.
Wow. Wow.
It's pretty good. I thought it was pretty inventive.
Wow. So we have no results for. I can't think of any tournaments that have.
Did we talk about the women's roll off? Candlepins for Cancer?
Yes, we talked about that, didn't we?
Okay.
I don't remember. Did we talk about that last time?
Yeah.
Wasn't it only like the first one though? Don't we have it? Isn't it all completed now?
I thought we talked about that.
I don't remember.
I'm not sure.
It was 2 weeks ago. We should go back to weekly because I can't remember this 2 week stuff. What we talk about every 2 weeks.
If we did not get to it, ladies, congratulations on who qualified. I know. Yeah. I could have sworn we did because I thought we went through the top qualifiers and everything else.
Brian and I do a lot of drugs, so we would.
Well, I mean,
they're performance enhancers.
Oh yes, sorry, yes, yeah. I take them every time I have a headache.
A lot of headaches.
We do have a couple of upcoming things. Riverwalk Lanes presents New Year's Day Best 5 of 7. 7 strings across 7 lanes with your 2 lowest games dropped. $75 entry fee, $25 bowling, $50 prize, $10 optional side pool, $7 high single, $3 high 7 series. 1 out of 5 entries will cash. 3 shifts, 11 a.m., 2 p.m., 5 p.m., Sunday, January 1st, 2023 at 11 High Street, downtown Amesbury, Massachusetts. Area code 978-792-5475. To sign up, ask for Mark.
Good Lord. We're still going with this?
Or Melissa.
But I'm guessing ask for Mark. Let's see. Apparently there's a tournament this Saturday, the Candlepin Corner Christmas Classic, the 4 Cs, sponsored by Academy Lanes. Saturday, December 17th, 2022. 2 shifts, 11 a.m. and 2 p.m., 24 bowlers per shift, 3 bowlers per lane. Academy Lanes at 725 South Main Street in Haverhill, Massachusetts, 01830. This is a singles scratch 9-pin tournament. 5 strings across 5 lanes, 5 boxes at a time.
I've never bowled a 9-pin tournament.
Apparently, rule number 4 is appropriate bowling attire required. Ugly Christmas sweaters encouraged.
Really? Appropriate bowling attire. Appropriate bowling attire, but ugly Christmas sweaters. Okay.
Do you take the ugly Christmas sweater off when you bowl, or do you have to bowl with the ugly Christmas sweater?
Bonus pins. That's what it should be. Bonus pins.
Yes.
If you have an ugly Christmas sweater on and it's real wool and you wear it the whole time, it's an 8-pin drop tournament for you.
I will take that. I will be there.
Contact Corey Alisi, Jordan Britton, or the Candlepin Corner Facebook page to register. Payments will be accepted via PayPal, Cash App, or cash.
Tim, do you think the hottest that's ever been to bowling alley is that Mixed Worlds in Bangor that year?
Well, I will say personally, I have never been in a bowling alley that was as hot as that.
Okay, that's what I was thinking too.
Maybe there was somewhere.
That was hot.
Yeah.
But I have never been that.
It was 101 outside.
Well, here's the thing.
With theater curtain humidity.
You had the AC units going at full blast. They had a couple.
It's not the bowling alley spot at all.
Well, people blame the bowling alley, and it's like, guys, you had 24 teams.
You had over 200 people
at almost 100. At almost 100, I think it was like 96 degrees outside.
70% humidity.
There's nothing you can do. It was hot.
Yeah.
It was.
But it wasn't the bowling alley's fault.
No, but when you go outside to cool off, when it was 96 degrees out.
There also
Can't
wasn't 300
can't
people
even-
standing right around you, though.
Can't even go outside. It was the doorway that was the perfect spot because it wasn't the hot
Yes.
inside or the hot outside. You stand in the doorway and it was perfect.
Yeah, no, that was hot. So anyway, the apparently if it the payout amounts pending number of registrations, they're thinking $1,000 to win, guaranteed to winner if it's full. Is what it says.
Cool.
$75 per bowl at $80 day off.
Man, did that outrun the bear fill up quick? Holy
So that was
smokes.
the other thing. There were 2 tournaments that were announced within the last week or so. One of them filled up in less than 24 hours.
Less
with
than
a date
5
cha-
hours.
with a date change.
Ah. Oh yeah, your tournament, yeah.
The
New 560.
the 1710 Sports Center State of Maine Ripping the Rack 560. Haveline
Brought
Penn
by
Oil.
Drywall Concepts.
Forgot Drywall Concept. 560.
It
So
sounds like a NASCAR race.
Are we-
I know.
are we- Is Ripping the Rack going to take some of the 50-50 money? Is this what we're doing?
we should.
Yeah, we should because we're sponsoring the tournament apparently.
We added our name to the tournament.
Yeah.
So
Free publicity, I like it.
Yep. So that filled up in less than 24 hours, and again, that had to have a date change, and it's still filled up. So that's great. Folks, remember to get your teams to myself or Mark. Averages will be as of December 31st. I was thinking it was going to be like March 1st, but Mark was like, no, let's go December 31st. That way you don't give people time to sandbag, so to speak.
Do we have lots of room or do I need the sandbag?
We don't have any room, dude.
We don't have any room?
No,
Okay.
because Timmy miscalculated his average.
Yeah, I
like
am not
6'10".
a 118 that I thought I was.
123.
Timothy.
I'm
And
a
he just went
125. I'm a 120.
650 the
I'm a
other night.
125 that I've got to take.
Timothy.
Don't
Oops.
worry. I helped out the other night. Well, not really.
So
What are
we're
we at?
Wrestling,
Are we in trouble?
well, not yet.
We
You know
even
what
have
he
a
90
fifth bowler
averages?
yet?
You know
Yeah,
what he 90
do we even have a
averages?
fifth bowler yet?
No, so I was waiting until after the averages to see.
You know what 89, 90 averages?
I do know one that would probably come, but we'll have to talk about this after.
Would
Yeah.
they have fun?
Oh yeah, they'll have a blast.
Okay.
Yeah.
But we'll talk about that, and then of course,
Brandon's not that bad.
No, he's not. And I wouldn't have fun with Brandon. I promise you, I would not have fun with Brandon.
and of course you had the outrun the bear
Yeah.
handicap in May.
Which unfortunately the date is just that I'm going on vacation then, and it's the day after a big ceremony that we're all some of us will be at. And oh goodness, the dates for everything are just getting like mashed together. Like almost your entire year of bowling is planned because there's all these tournaments you want to bowl in. The Outrun the Bears, the 560s. You know, you got your state tournaments if you bowl in those. You have your once a month, and it's like then there's life. It's like your entire year's worth of weekends are almost planned out. If you truly try and bowl in everything.
Now do you see why Tim's contemplating retirement?
No.
So he can get his life
dates,
back.
The dates have nothing to. You're gonna sit there with the cats and watch the Patriots.
Lose.
Nothing's gonna change.
What's wrong with that?
You might as well
act
be
like
a
you
And you
bowler.
know
that
what?
thing.
No, and you know what? You're still gonna complain as much about your back as you do now. So you might as well bowl.
Well, it's not a question of complaining about my back. It's a question of will the doctor allow me to bowl, which I will find out. Which I will find out sometime in January. I can't remember the date. Sometime in January, I have my follow up. So
So then we can't bowl. So what are we worrying about this 560 team?
Oh, that's
for?
true.
We're not
Yeah,
gonna be able
never
to bowl.
mind.
because
Because
if I can't bowl, then you guys are easily find whatever, and I'll just run the damn tournament. So I don't
I
know.
don't think that's how it works.
Is that not how that works?
No, I don't think that's
No.
how it works.
So I got a bowl.
Yeah,
yeah,
you got to bowl.
you made a commitment.
I made
Yeah.
the only
You-
commitment I made is right here.
You messaged us.
Actually, Brian and I discussed this first. And
Actually,
then
you messaged me and said that you were running a tournament and that we had a
we
spot
talked.
and it's my team.
Don't be doing revisionist history. We talked about this prior.
Well, we talked about the Moncton 5-6.
No. We talked about this prior.
Have you been taking your Prevagen, dude?
All right.
Anyway.
Enough out of you two.
So there is a Danny Finn. Reach out to Danny if you would like to bowl Outrun the Bear. He has a wait list that he has started. Great tournament, great event. They do a fantastic job. One of these
awesome.
One of these days, I'm going to be able to make it.
I did.
I know. I wish I could.
Maybe we'll find out when they do the what's the word I want to use? Scratch.
I think they have a 3-person
That's what
one.
I said. The scratch one.
I didn't hear you.
I know you're not listening.
They had a 3-person teams one, I think, or 4-person teams.
Yeah, I think they do a 3-person team one. But Tim's not allowed to bowl, so don't worry about that.
Oh,
I'm
that's
not
right.
allowed to bowl yet. I don't know what I can do yet. How about you just calm?
It's okay. It's all right. Next year we'll have the Tim Matera Ripping the Rack Memorial Get Tim a Wheelchair Fun Tournament.
Yeah.
Wait, I don't like the whole memorial aspect of that because that
that's your bowling career. That's
no,
dead.
that insinuates that I'm dead.
Memorial
your bowling career is
wheelchair.
Could you maybe not do the memorial portion of that and just call it the Get Tim a Wheelchair
of your career?
Anyway, I've got a question.
I like the Tim Matera Memorial.
Are we done with? Are we done with
wheelchair tournament?
Are we done with
wheelchair tournament for Tim?
Jesus Christ! Oh God, I hate
you. Man, I'm not drinking that many soda cans, so you can have all the tabs to make a wheelchair with. I'm not doing it.
We should start a GoFundMe for his wheelchair. Ripping the Rack would like to start a GoFundMe for Tim's wheelchair.
The other night he bowled MD and they were just up there talking, and Pat Mercer and I go, "You think they're talking about Rascals or their latest test results from
No, the dude was throwing strikes at me like he's 80 years old, and
MD threw a double against Tim to open, and then he threw it was like double 8 strike, like 8 drop strike.
I was like, Jesus, MD, this isn't 1982.
You were bowling like it was 1982. You were too.
I didn't bowl bad.
The last string was rough.
But I didn't bowl great either. But I didn't bowl bad. Anyway, we have a question from a reader.
From a reader. They're reading us now.
Jesus
wow.
Christ!
Do they? They must have subtitles. They must have the subtitles on.
I got. Leave me alone.
They must be listening.
I got a letter,
Japanese.
and it goes like this.
Wong Pai, Feng Pai Chow, Wing Pai Ching, Chong Tang, Chong Tang Ching.
We are going to get kicked off of so many things.
Subtitles.
Now. We are so getting kicked off of something.
No, it's the Casey Kasem thing. I think Tim's got a letter. It goes like this: Dear Tim.
Dear Tim. So this is a 2-part question.
Right, love it.
The first part.
Okay,
is it Calvin, I'm going to start with you because you yawn.
I'm yawning. Hold on. I'm yawning. Give me a second.
Is it important to put spin on the ball?
Yes.
And if so, how do you do it?
With your hand. with your hand.
Insightful.
There is really no other way to do it. If you do it with your nose.
No,
if
there's
you do it with your nose,
to do it,
I'm impressed. Can you do it with your mouth?
This
How
is
about your
obviously
leg?
coming from a person that is new to the game of bowling, Calvin.
Oh, sorry. My bad.
So the first part is it important to put spin on the ball?
I don't know that you can get a ball down the alley without spin on the ball. So if you can show me a knuckleball, I would love that.
Brian, you answer the question, please, Brian.
Yes, it is important to put spin on the ball. The second part of that question is however you can comfortably do it accurately.
Okay. Now, I'm going to answer this to say that, yes, it is important to put spin on the ball as well. There are multiple ways of doing this, Calvin.
With your hands.
Okay. You can come over. You can undercut so it comes off. And when you undercut, it comes off your last, these two fingers, your pointer and your middle, which I'm showing to Calvin right now, the middle finger.
Then you get great big calluses on them like that. That's what I do.
If you throw the candlepin ball like I do, it comes off these two fingers, which is your pinky and your ring finger last.
Don't
Because
throw like Tim. He throws a powder puff ball.
Brian, would you like to impart some wisdom of someone that has gone through the struggles of throwing a quote unquote flat ball versus snapping the ball and actually putting something on it?
Well, when you drop the ball and there's no rotation on it and it's flat, you punch a lot, and that sucks. That's not fun. So when you're actually able to snap the ball, then your pins go splash.
Now, would you say, Brian, that there is spin on the ball even as a flat ball?
I mean, there's definitely rotation. It's typically more end over end than sideways.
I want to throw a knuckleball in bowling. I want to figure out if
your hands aren't big enough, Sally.
You can't. There's no.
I bet Grassy could. Grassy's got big. Dave Hall could. Have you seen Dave Hall's fingers? They're
you
like
can't.
8.5 feet long.
You cannot throw a knuckleball in bowling because they don't typically oil the lane, so the ball has to roll down versus slide down.
Dude, bold of you to expect it to hit the lane if I'm throwing it a knuckleball. You forget I can pitch slow pitch. It's bold of you to expect it to hit the lane.
I would love to see that.
I've seen you try to lob, Brian. You struggle to try to lob.
Because that's the voice in the back of my head of Ray Athern saying, if you lob, I'm going to kick you in the ass. I was taught not to lob.
So yes, to answer it seriously, yes, I do think that putting spin on the ball is important. I typically throw different spins depending on where I'm throwing it, because depending on how I want the pin to react, I'm throwing it a different way. So sometimes I go over when I'm trying to get the ball to go into the pocket in like the left pocket, and sometimes I'll go backwards for the right pocket. Like I alternate. So
you literally can go. You can undercut and overcut.
Yep.
I can't
control one of them.
Honest, that is a skill.
That's impressive.
That's impressive because Brian has seen me try to undercut, and I literally have to walk myself.
It's a lob every time too. You can't lay it down.
No. My ball goes slow when I undercut it. Remember, because I got to kind of.
Well, when you remember to let go, because sometimes you don't, it ends up halfway down the lane in the air undercut.
I would never lob. Lobbing is against.
Lobbing is bad.
Lobbing is bad. Lobbing is against the rules of Candlepin Bowling.
And we all follow the rules of Candlepin Bowling.
Yes.
And there's a lob line.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. We all follow the rules. We do not take shots out of the gutter. No.
Let's actually, you know what? I'm going to bring that up. I'm not going to bring up names, but I want to bring this up for a second.
I can.
So
I might be in the right groove to pick up names.
So here's a question, because this past week at League, I actually twice, one shot I did take and one shot I did not take. Brian actually had one where he did not take that I think was good, that I thought was good. Are you more inclined to not take a shot if it is close?
100%. If it's close, if I'm watching it and I like for a big one is when like just the nose is sticking out of the gutter, or if it's kind of like this, depending on how the pin reacts, I guess, is basically how I judge it. But if it's relatively close to where I don't think it reacted the way I thought it would if I hit it, I don't take it.
Typically, if I know it's going to be that close, like if I'm shooting the 10 pin with a wood in the gutter or something like that, and it's a tight spot, I will look at somebody on the bench and say, "Hey, someone, you want to watch this with me?" So that way, if I don't know, at least somebody else has seen it. But if it's super close and nobody else saw it and I don't know, I'm not taking it.
Well, therein lies the problem. Then why would they have to watch if you don't know? I was always said, if you can't tell, if you don't definitively know, it's not good. So I don't take it.
Understand that. For some reason, there are people, and I am one of them, where you will put more doubt into something because you want to overcompensate that in case it's not good. You don't want to step on anybody's toes or anything. So you might say, I don't think that was good. And like 6 people will be on the other team like, no, that was good. Like, it's one of those things. Like, sometimes you think it's not good because you don't want to take that shot or do that thing. So you don't take it even though it might be good.
So why is it that we've seen bowlers that we know that are good bowlers, and we all know we've seen multiple people do it. We're not picking on one person here. Why do you think they take shots out of the gutter?
I think it's a heat of the moment thing.
I guess because they don't want to look bad.
Well, I think they're looking like fucking terrible by taking a shot out of a gutter.
I think it's competitiveness and a heat of the moment thing. You know, they want to have made it so bad there's no way in their mind they think they miss it.
I don't know. We all miss shots. No one is
I'm
perfect.
not justifying it. I'm just stating, I'm trying to be devil's advocate.
I know. I know you're not justifying it. I'm just curious. That's all. Especially for those bowlers that are newer to the game, that are, looking to take that next step. I equate a lot of bowling. You see a lot the same thing with golfers. Golf is very much self-policed.
For the most part.
Well, except the people that can call in on a TV.
I'm just saying, like I've golfed with Brian enough where I have called my own penalties if I've seen something. Golf is very much self-policed, similar to bowling in that aspect of.
Now, we're not going out and playing U.S. Open rules when we play golf against each other.
God, no. No. I was just curious. That was
yeah. Well, I mean, it's the same thing because it's always bowler's call. I mean, you could look at somebody and be like, "Hey, that was terrible," but they called it good. Yeah, bowler's call. What are you gonna do?
So, do you think down the line there'll be something where there won't be a bowler's call?
I think in the finals of the Worlds, I honestly think there should be an official for the finals of the World. I think there should be either two officials, one from each division.
I mean, it's not a bad idea.
And it's not, well, no, because then you get other bowlers. Somebody not associated with the tournament that's a licensed official. I mean, it is the biggest match in the season of bowling. But then you run into, here's another devil's advocate. We don't have one the whole week. What's the point?
Well, I don't know. I think the worlds are a little bit different especially when you get into the finals, when you've got, both teams right there. You're, typically now they're filmed. You're live streaming it,
and we saw a lot of foots over the line. So a little officiating there because people were the foul lights were off, and people were going over the line in the finals.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, you could clearly see it on the video. Like, not great amount, but like foot, like little toes over the line. Like there was a lot of people who did it, and I'm just like, wow, okay, now I can see that. Yeah, so it is something to think of if there was somebody who wasn't, associated with the match.
Huh. And that's Brian and I talked about that Thursday night because I had made the comment that was like, I was like, shit, I think I just went over the line. And someone asked me, I can't remember who it was, someone on my right, they were like, how, well, no, on my left, because I was on the left side. They're like, how, because they heard me and they were like, how could you tell? And it's like, I can feel it.
You can feel it.
Yeah, oh yeah, you can
Like,
feel it.
I'm bold enough that I can feel when the lane
difference.
changes.
It changes, yeah.
Yeah, you can feel the difference.
And a lot of time it dips because so many balls have been dropped on the line, it's just worn away.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Well, I think that's enough.
I do too, because if I keep going, I'm going to go down a dark path and do all sorts of grinding of the gears when it comes to this. And
love it.
No, I don't. People already think I'm an asshole. I don't want to give them any more reason.
I'm excited for Thursday, and I think I might stream a little for everybody to watch. So our Thursday night league, it's down to our last week on Thursday. The first place and second place are both tied at 69. Third place is 67, I think. 67 or 68 or
very
something
close.
like that. And then fourth place, I think, is at like 60. So they're still. I mean, I don't think they can't catch first. I don't think anymore.
Is that
but
the Fairlanes League?
Yeah, the triples.
So, is that the weird league you guys bowl 4-4-2?
4-4-2. Yeah.
And they bowl 4 boxes, and then 2 boxes.
That's the weirdest friggin' thing.
Oh, it's so fun. And we're done in an hour and a half. 3 people, done in an hour and a half. It's great. We start at 8 o'clock. We're done like 9:30. It's the best league. It's so much fun. Get there at 8 o'clock. You can sit at home, relax for a bit, get up, 8 o'clock, bowl for an hour and a half, go home.
That's just weird to me.
It's so much fun. It actually, I like that more than I like 5 and 5. Because then you go 4-4 and your last 2 boxes are meaningful instead of 5 boxes are meaningful. It's just the last 2 boxes. And it's everybody, not just one person.
I mean, how do you know what lane to be on?
4 on the left, 4 on the right, 2 on the left. It's essentially like 2-2-2-2-2, except you just do it 3 times.
So then the next one is 4 on the right,
4 on the left,
2 on the right.
2 on the right, yeah. And then it's back again, left,
like
right, left.
I don't like it. Either do 2 boxes at a time or do 5 boxes at a time. I don't like this 4-4-2. That's confusing
4-4-2.
me.
It's the greatest.
That's confusing me.
No, it's awesome. It's so much more fun. It's a lot less strenuous. You don't have to do 5 boxes at a time.
Oh yeah, because that extra box. Whew.
Yeah, that's killer.
Yeah, that's a killer.
It is.
I know. I'm agreeing with you.
Good.
So the next show, folks, that we're gonna do we will tape the day after Christmas.
I will not be here for that, so I don't know if we want to work something out, but we can work that out. I will be in Nova Scotia, so.
Okay.
Family stuff.
Okay. So we may or may not be on, or Brian and I can do something, or
you guys can do that.
Or we'll figure something out.
Happy Raxmas, folks.
Find a special guest.
Santa Claus?
Yes.
I could get Angie. Angie could do the show.
Claus?
Angie Claus.
Angie Claus could do the clothes.
But who's gonna? I was gonna say who's gonna empty the dryer when it goes off?
Clothes are done.
Clothes are done. Oh wait, speaking of that, the clothes are done. I wonder if she heard it. I don't think she heard it.
All right.
All right. So, folks, please get your questions, comments, and concerns over to rippingtherackpodcast@gmail.com. You can find us on Facebook. You can find us on Twitter at Ripping the Rack Podcast. Brian, warm up those dulcet tones. Give it to us, buddy.
Folks, you can find us and hear us on Spotify, Anchor, Breaker, iHeartRadio, iTunes, Google Podcasts, and anywhere else you listen to your podcast mediums.
I think my ear just had an orgasm.
That was an eargasm.
It was an eargasm.
It was an eargasm. All right, folks. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa for those that celebrate all those.
Mm-hmm.
And happy almost New Year.
Happy Festivus.
For the rest of us.
The airing of grievances is soon.
Oh, yeah. Get your grievances ready, folks.
Got my
Maybe
grievance right here.
Oh, maybe that's what we'll
Today's.
do. Maybe we'll do a grievance episode on the
annual
26th.
airing of grievances.
The annual airing of grievances on the 26th.
Good thing I won't be here.
All right, folks. Peace out.
Peace out. Merry Christmas.